Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval. Today we'll be reviewing the French destroyer Le Fantasque. Now, this ship is quite different from every other destroyer in the game, and I'll tell you why. It has a mix of large guns, the largest of any destroyer at 138 millimeters. It has the fastest speed of all destroyers at a base of 45 knots, and it has really good anti-aircraft defense. But there are some cons to this destroyer, and I'll get into those in a moment. First of all, it also has the largest health pool of the Tier 4 Matchmaking 8 destroyers at 16,800 points. And you can increase that even more. It also comes with 5 guns, which do hit really hard and have fast shell velocity. Unfortunately, the turret traverse is a little bit slow, but you can manage that. And the AP is extremely good on this ship as well, with base damage of 2,800 damage. That being said, the reload is not as fast as American destroyers, and the turret traverse, like I said, is relatively slow as well. Also, it only comes with 6 torpedo tubes, as you can see here. It has 3 on each side. Now, torpedoes are not very useful for the ship. They go out to 9 kilometers, and they have extremely good angles, but there's just not enough firepower to make a difference, really. Now, the anti-aircraft defense, on the other hand, is quite strong. If you look at the ship, there's anti-aircraft guns all over it, especially on the rear here. You even got 40 millimeter Bofors. Now, I have mine set up with anti-air barrage, and that's how I use it. I like to shoot down planes with this. But you could also use the engine boost, and that one is also applicable. Getting your ship to, I believe it's 49.5 knots, making it the fastest ship in the game. However, at that speed is another drawback that it's not very maneuverable. It takes forever and a day to turn. But like I said, even with all these drawbacks, it is still a very fun ship, and it's a very unique ship. There's no other ship in the game that plays just like this one. So with that, let's hop into a game and show you how it is. Alright, and here we have ourselves a game. 2 battleships, 4 cruisers, and 1 destroyer. Now, armor piercing is very good against all of these ships here. The main problem you're going to face with this ship is how to deal with battleships. Your guns can take care of destroyers and cruisers, and your anti-aircraft defenses can pretty much handle carriers. However, you do suffer when it comes to battleships, no matter what it is. Now you can see the turret traverse is not terrible, but it's not that bad either. However, the torpedo angles, look at how good these angles are. It's amazing how little broadside you have to show to get these. And what I like to do when rushing ships is I like to shoot torpedoes on this side, and then angle a bit, and then torp from this side. And it does work pretty well. That gives you 6 torpedoes. Not enough to sink this ship usually, if it's full health, but you still get a good chunk of damage taken out of it. 12.8 kilometer range, good health. As you can see, my health and speed are a tad bit higher than normal. That is because I have some buffs available and applied to it, but doesn't matter that much. Fast, beautiful ship. I really love the design of this ship too. The gun turrets themselves are amazing. They look really modern, and I appreciate that. But this whole ship is just beautiful. I'm not quite sure why the game decided not to go with another triple torpedo tube in between the secondary tower and the second smokestack, like the actual ship had. It actually had 9 torpedoes. Maybe that'll be implemented in a later ship in the game. Possibly, I don't know. It would be nice if that did happen. However, at this time, there are only 6 torpedoes on the ship, and that is one of its major drawbacks. Now you can see I'm at full rudder, and she doesn't turn that easily. The rudder shift time is good, but the turning circle is difficult at best. So you got a seagull over here. So there's probably a American ship. Let's see here. Yep, there's the Cleveland. However, she's going that way. So we're gonna see if we can reach her. The ship is really good for capturing bases, if that is the kind of game that you're in. You can rush out to them faster than any other ship, and it has the gunpowder and the smoke screen to defend against. You also get unlimited anti-aircraft defense. However, I'm actually going to turn my AA off right now, since I don't want to be spotted. Launch some torps. And the torp reload. Yes, you do get the torpedo reload booster, but I find that it's not strong enough to warrant carrying it. Now the shell velocity is good, however, like I said, you do struggle against battleships. I'm just getting shatters on there. Cleveland ran aground, so those torpedoes are a bust. Let's see here. Now, like I said, the ship has the largest destroyer caliber guns of any at 138. The max the Americans have is 127, same with Japanese. Russians get 130s, but nothing larger than that. And the British, I believe, get 127s as well. Though they're actually decreased the higher tier you go. They're kind of weird like that. But you can definitely use these guns to have large chunks out of ships. Though, like I said, battleships are where you do struggle. I'm turning my A on because I'm already excited. I don't like secondaries. And you can see the angle of the first turret is kind of wonky as well. So always remember that when you're kiting enemy ships, that you would only have 3 or 4 turrets to use at most. The rate of fire is not bad. The damage when it hits is pretty good. And you can actually relatively get solid citadels from range. If this ship doesn't sink beforehand, I might be able to citadel her. Oh, I'm not having any luck, but you can still see it's quite solid damage. Look at that, 4K on a battleship. Well, technically a battle cruiser, but still. And torpedo angles are still really good. And your speed is fast enough that you can rush enemy ships without having to worry about being inside their secondary range for too long. But even these 3 torpedoes are probably not going to be enough to sink this ship right here. Well, it was, but just barely. I needed all 3 of them. And then we turn our semi around because it has a turning circle of... It feels like a battleship, though. Compared to the other destroyers, it doesn't seem that much different. It feels different, though. All in all, the ship is pretty fun. I enjoy it. It's, like I said, it's definitely a unique playstyle. You have speed, you have guns, you have AA, however you lack torpedoes, which is the mainstay of any destroyer, and you lack maneuverability. So you have to figure out how to play her. She's best played from range as a gunboat, is how I find it. But besides that, she still is fun. And like I said, you could either use the anti-air defense if you would like to build a full AA build for her, or you can use the speed boost if you'd like increased speed. Either one it would work, and I've used both, and none really shine more than the other. As you can see here, high explosive is not all that powerful. You should only pretty much use this on destroyers. Everything else, you're just going to shatter. And there's a game. Not a very productive one, but it still showed the strengths and weaknesses of the ship. So let's see how we did. Only 66,000 damage. So you're not going to get very high damage numbers with the ship unless you start a bunch of fires. We sank 2 ships, 104 shell hits, 3 torpedo hits, 3 aircraft shot down, and 1 flooded. Now you are subject to the free XP bonus for the ship, so if you do find that you may like this ship, you can grind free XP with it. And it can come quite easily if you have good games. Like I said, that game wasn't a really good one, but it did show off the pros and cons of the ship rather nicely. If you would I recommend the ship? Well, considering every other destroyer, like I said, it's unique. There's nothing else like it. So if you're looking for something new, something different, definitely go for it. Even if it's something fun you're looking for, buy it. However, if you are not quite sure of its playstyle and you don't know if you would be able to handle it very well, then maybe you would like to put some more thought into it at this time. I do enjoy this ship. This was one of the first ships I actually bought, and I have played it multiple times, and I still enjoy it to this day. As always, the choice is up to you, and I do thank you for watching my video. If you have any requests for future ships, post them in the comments below, and thank you and have a good day.